Hello everybody, welcome to this next video on linear algebra. So there was quite a long delay between the last video and this video, right? So I apologize for that. So let us see, in this video now we are going to move towards something called Jordan canonical form. This is an important concept in linear algebra. So in this video I'll keep it very simple. I will just tell you what is the Jordan canonical form and why we are looking for this form, right? So okay, so for defining a Jordan canonical form, you should know first of all something called Jordan block, although we have already discussed this thing, but I will just define it once again. So if you have a matrix R cross R matrix whose all the diagonal entries are a fixed number, say lambda, and all the super diagonal entries are 1 and everywhere else is 0, such a block, such a matrix is called a Jordan block. And here you can change the value of lambda and you can change the size. So we write it as J lambda R. For example, if I ask you what is J11, it means that it is a 1 cross 1 matrix and having only one element, 1 as an element on the diagonal, because there is no super diagonal. And if you write what is 2J21, that is a 1 cross 1 matrix. So the last index is telling you the size of the matrix having 2 on the diagonal entry, right? Or if you write 2J32, it means that this is your 2 cross 2 matrix, this entry, and then 3 is on the diagonal, and on the super diagonal you have 1, right? If you write J, say minus 2 3, so it means that you have a 3 cross 3 matrix having minus 2 entries on the diagonal, 1 on the super diagonal, and 0 everywhere else. So this is how a Jordan block is formed, right? So next, what is a Jordan canonical form? This matrix here, if you have a Jordan block, another Jordan block, another Jordan block, another Jordan block of different sizes, you have Jordan blocks on the diagonal and everywhere else you have zeros. So such a form is called a Jordan canonical form. For example, if I give you this 1 say 7 7 1 0, right? Now you can see this is a Jordan block, and suppose this is only 2, this is also a Jordan block. Suppose here you have minus 2 minus 2 minus 2 1 1 0 0 0 0, right? Now here you can clearly see that you have one Jordan block here, one Jordan block here. Okay, let me change the color of the Jordan blocks. So one Jordan block here, and then you have another Jordan block here, right? So you can see that you have different Jordan blocks, fine, on the diagonal, and everywhere else you have zeros, right? So such a form is called Jordan canonical form. We will be dealing with this in detail later on. I'm just giving you a motivation of what we are going to do. So what is the motivation of looking at the Jordan canonical form, right? So the motivation is, till now we have studied that a matrix A is diagonalizable if and only if the sum of the dimensions of the eigenspace is n. Okay, it means that if you get a basis for the vector space V such that it consists only of eigenfunctions, then that matrix is diagonalizable, and obviously the same is valid for a linear transformation, right? And we have already seen that not all matrices are diagonalizable. And before that, you should know why we are talking about diagonalization, because diagonal matrices, they are very simple matrices, and if we can write something in the form of a diagonal matrix, then it is always convenient, right? So and we have already seen that there are matrices which are not diagonalizable, and in literature such matrices are called defective matrices, right? Now you consider this example. Here you have a 4 cross 4 matrix, right? And if you just find out the eigenvalues, you can just put determinant of A minus lambda I equal to 0. So you will see that 1, 2, 4 and 4, these are the eigenvalues of this matrix. And if you find out the eigen space corresponding to the lambda 4, the dimension of that space is 1. It means that corresponding to this lambda equal to 4, which is repeating 2 times, there is only one dimensional eigenspace. So this means that this is not a diagonalizable matrix. If you don't know the theory of diagonalization, then before going to the Jordan canonical form, I recommend that you should first study the diagonalization things, right? Okay, so it means that you are saying that this is not diagonalizable, it means that there is no matrix P such that P inverse AP is a diagonal matrix, right? So there is no such P. There is no such P. If you are saying that it is not diagonalizable, it means that there is no such P. Okay, we agree that there is no such P. But I am not proving it. I am just telling you that there exists a P such that P inverse AP is this form. Although this is not diagonalizable, but this is clearly a nice form. This is Jordan canonical form. You see, you have a Jordan block here, you have a Jordan block here, right? So we just saw that, okay, you are saying that P inverse AP is not equal to a diagonal matrix. But is it equal to something which is complex than diagonal, but still it is simpler than the original A? Okay, then we are interested in that particular form, and that particular form is Jordan canonical form. So that is why we will be now studying that under what conditions the matrices are having a Jordan canonical form. It means that under what conditions you can find out an invertible matrix P such that P inverse AP is in Jordan canonical form, right? So this is what we are trying to achieve in the coming videos. Thank you for watching this video. Please share this video with your friends and do subscribe to our channel, and happy learning.